This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LCS TV 20, high school girls basketball Saturday afternoon edition. My name is Gary Pelter. I'm here with Hyatt Hernan, and this afternoon we're going to bring you the Warren Lady Raiders taking on the Titans from Lorain High. We're going to bring that basketball game to you right after this, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Bob McGrath.
And I'm Big Bird.
And we love to make music. Music can help kids learn. Did you know that making music, any music...
Like Twinkle Twinkle?
Right, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, can help your child with language, reading, and even math.
And it's lots of fun, too.
To find out how children learn and grow with music, visit www.amc-music.org.
And you'll see...
Music works wonders.
Yeah, it sure does.
As we get things underway out here, it's the 4-7 Lady Titans taking on the Warren G. Harding Lady Raiders at 2-9 this afternoon. And the Lady Raiders with the tip. They get the ball first. Berchenny with the basketball over to Stevens. Stevens puts it up. No good, and the Titans get the basketball for the first time, going the other way. And they promptly throw the ball out of bounds, but it was tipped by the Lady Raiders.
And Lorain coming into this game losing 5 straight, looking to rebound with a big Lake Erie League win against a struggling 2-9 Raiders team.
Well, if there was ever a recipe for turning things around a little bit, it would be Warren Lady Raiders, like you said, coming in at 2-9 today. And from deep downtown, Angela Flores with 3. Lady Raiders getting the ball down low, missed, but an offensive rebound put back up. An attempt there by Bell, Maya Bell, with an attempt, and we're going to have a foul on the Titans.
And Coach Feldman has said at the beginning of the year and throughout the year that there aren't necessarily any superstars on this Lady Titans team, but as a team, if they can play well and stick to their game plan, they can win a couple games this year.
The first free throw is up and no good. Maya Bell. And the second one unsuccessful as well. Conover with the basketball, tipped away and goes back the other way. Warren with the basketball now. He's going to be inbounding at midcourt. DePaulo to inbound the basketball. Inbounds it to Berchenny. Back to DePaulo, dribbling the ball, top of the circle. Lady Raiders setting up their offense. Not a lot of movement out there right now. Shot up, no good, but the rebound is up and put in by Emily Stevens for her first basket of the ball game. 3-2 in favor of the Lady Titans. Jump shot the other side, up by Wilson. Unsuccessful, and the Lady Raiders go back the other way once again.
Yeah, the two teams just kind of feeling each other out here.
Shot up and no good. Rebound, another rebound. Once again, Maya Bell down on the boards, down low on the blocks. We're early into this ball game, 5:53 to go, but Maya Bell's asserting herself down on the blocks down there. Several rebounds already.
Yeah, Warren really doing a good job getting to the ball. Of course, with Alex Harris leaving this team, Lorain loses its by far leading rebounder. So that's one place where they really need to collectively fill the gap.
First free throw unsuccessful. Second one is up and good to tie the ball game. 3-3. 5:50 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Conover with the basketball. Over to Flores. Flores tries to get it down low. Knocked out of bounds.
And Warren so far on this one seems just to have that extra step getting to the ball, very successful rebounding and just disrupting what Lorain wants to do.
Flores puts up the long distance shot, but the long rebound is obtained by the Lady Titans, and they're going to reset their offense. Stolen away, turnover, going the other way now. Apollo down low to Bell. Bell puts it up, and once again, oh, not fouled. This time she traveled with the basketball, turning it over, going the other way. Tremia Blair with the basketball across half court. Conabear down on that right wing, over to Blair on the baseline. Conabear puts it up. Wasn't really even close to the basket, but she was fouled on the attempt, so it's going to put her at the free throw line.
And a good job by Destiny Wilson to be able to keep that ball alive. Looked like it was going out, but that good play and good awareness sends Conabear to the line.
Conabear with their first free throw is no good. Puts the second one up, rolls around and in to retake the lead for the Lady Titans. 4-3 in favor of Lorain. 4:45 to go in the first quarter of play. Maya Bell once again taking it strong to the hole. She's going to go back to the free throw line for the third time in this first quarter of play. I would have to say if the Lady Raiders had a strategy, it's to get the ball down to Maya Bell and have her just take it to the basket.
And she hasn't been the most successful from the free throw line so far today, but eventually those points will start coming if they can keep getting the ball to her.
And she splits the pair once again. 4-4, the ball, 4-5, excuse me, the ball game in favor of the Lady Titans. The scoreboard was wrong. I thought I was wrong for a second.
Yeah, I was looking down and I also had 4-4. But they say it's what's in the books that matters, not what's up on the board.
Oh, and a long distance basket there. DePaulo with the three-pointer. Makes it 7-6 in favor of Warren. Off the backboard, the shot up was up by Kovacs, but unsuccessful. Taking the ball back the other way, turnover. The Lady Titans taking it back. Flores pushing the basketball over to Conabear off for a three-pointer. Unsuccessful, but was tried to be corralled by McKinney down there, but she must have stepped on the line when she had the ball in her possession. It's going to go back to Lorain.
And McKinney coming out of the game now. And she looks like, you know, she's one of the smaller players out there, but she seems to always have her hands on the ball in the paint.
Basket the other way, now 9-6 in favor of Warren G. Harding. Lady Titans can't seem to find a way to get the ball in the basket right now. We do have the basketball back thanks to a turnover. Once again, down low on the blocks, Destiny Wilson tries to put it up, but it falls off and unsuccessful. Malaya Simmons with the rebound.
Yeah, Lorain just can't quite get their offense going. Their shots from the outside haven't gone in, and when they get into the paint, a very tenacious play from Warren has been frustrating them.
Shot up by Destiny Wilson off the side of the backboard. Rebound by Warren. And to compound the situation, a foul by the Lady Titans. We're going to call that one on Kovacs. Her first foul. Emily Stevens with the basketball, hands it off to DePaulo. Paulo looking to get it into Bell. Bell once again down low, but that time she shuffles the feet. Turn it over. Once again, back to Lorain.
And that's the second time Warren's traveled so far in this one. And, you know, Lorain really trying to play defense, getting the ball away from the paint. That's where the Warren wants to get it.
Wilson puts a shot up, no good. And we're going to have I'm not sure exactly what that was. I think there was a warning on the Warren bench. Coming back the other way, DePaulo back down low to Murray. Murray puts it up and in. It is now 11-6 in favor of the visiting Lady Raiders. 1:52 remaining in the first quarter of play. The Titans really in need of a basket right here. And they get it. Three-pointer from Kathleen Kovacs. Closes the lead down to 2. 11-9 in favor of the Lady Raiders.
And, you know, Lorain hasn't played their best quarter of ball, but still right in this one. And it's important when you're playing bad not to give up too many points. Of course, Warren getting another 2 there.
Murray with another basket. 13-9 in favor of the Lady Raiders. Conabear with the 3. In and out. Wrestle for the basketball, and it's going to be off of Destiny Wilson and going back the other way. Warren with the basketball and a 13-9 lead. Cheney up the court to Bell. Bell over to McKinney. McKinney puts a shot up. No good. Lady Raiders reset their offense. 41 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Cheney with the basketball, gets it down low to Bell. Bell up and off the glass and in. 4 points for Bell. 15-9 in favor of the Lady Raiders.
And Lorain looks content to just slow things down here.
There's 15 seconds left in the first quarter of play. They're looking like they're going to take the last shot of the first quarter. Flores with the basketball. Up, and Stoika puts a shot up off the side of the backboard. We've got a whistle and a foul. I put that on the shot or on the... It was after the shot. 4 seconds remaining. Flores to inbound the basketball.
They accidentally...
And...
it looks like the clock was accidentally started.
Yeah, the timekeeper, they've got an issue over here. They ran the clock out and the ball wasn't even in play. So we're going to reset the clock, and we'll reset the action for you. Flores is going to be inbounding the basketball under the Titans basket, and it looks like they're putting 4 seconds back up on the board. 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And now it's 0.4. And maybe that was part of the issue.
And now we'll go to break, at least the quarter break. The score, the Warren G. Harding Lady Raiders 15, the Lady Titans 9. We'll be back with the second quarter action right after this.
Dinner makes a difference. Learn more at CasaFamilyDay.org.
Okay, as we get the second quarter of action underway. Warren with the basketball. To start things off, they've got the ball and the lead, a 15-9 lead. And a travel to start things off in the second quarter of play.
And Warren has had issues with that. It's their third travel in just a little bit over 8 minutes.
Nice backdoor look over there to Wilson. Wilson puts up a basket. Her first 2 of the afternoon.
And if she can get going, the offense will become much easier for Lorain. She's usually one of the girls on this team who can put up points offensively.
15-11 in favor of Warren. Try to inbound the basketball, and Bell wasn't looking. Somehow they bend up back with the basketball, though. Warren. Big shot up there by DePaulo. DePaulo unsuccessful, and the ball is going to go back the other way. It's going to be the Lady Titans with the basketball, trying to cut into the 4-point lead. 7:17 remaining in the second quarter of play. 15-11 in favor of the visitors, the Lady Raiders from Warren. Shot up, no good. Once again, the Raiders with the basketball, taking it back the other way. Paulo outside, over to Berceni. Berceni up off the rim. Tamia Blair gets the rebound, takes it back the other way. Conover puts up the shot off the back of the iron, no good. It's tipped around out of bounds, and it will remain Lorain's basketball.
And Lorain just, in a lot of their games this season too, just really needs to get into an offensive groove. They haven't quite found it so far in this game. And that's something that if they can get that and then continue that throughout the season, their wins and losses will soon start to reverse.
Again, Conover puts up the shot, but it's no good, and the ball's going back the other way after a rebound by the Lady Raiders. Up around the rim, no good, and right now, both teams seem to be struggling offensively.
And as you mentioned earlier, this is a 2-9 Warren team, so obviously they have a lot of issues coming to this game, and they might see Lorain at 4-7 as a team. Okay, maybe we can turn around our season against.
Oh, I think that's definitely the situation here today. They see Lorain on a losing streak, and they're thinking they'd like to continue Lorain's losing streak. Bell once again splits the pair. 16-11 in favor of the Lady Raiders. Shot from the top of the key by Wilson. And they scrum on the ground there with the ball, and it's going to end up being, who are we going to give it to? It's going to be the Titans basketball. Or maybe not. They're going to give it to, you're going to give it to the Lady Raiders. A jump ball situation. They had it a little bit switched around there now. Cheney with the basketball, kicks it down low, tries to get it to Bell. It's tipped back out. Last touched by Warren, and it's going to go back to Lorain. Tremia Blair to inbound the basketball. Inbounds it to Flores. Flores with Stevens guarding her. Double teamed at the timeline. And they're going to once again call a jump ball situation. This one, we know, was going to go to Lorain.
And if Lorain, once they get things going offensively and start to take over this game, Angelique Flores and Destiny Wilson are the two girls they're going to have to look at. They've had big offensive performances in prior games, and so they're extremely capable of, starting to get on a roll, starting to get bounces their way, and then, you look at this one and Lorain can turn this around.
Lorain has got 6 of their 11 points from three-point range. That being said, they're not having a lot of success down low in the paint. And once again, Wilson down there tries to get the stick back off the offensive rebound, but doesn't go. And the Lady Raiders take it back, and there was 4 Titans down there, down low, and they could not come up with the basketball, but it was tipped out of bounds by Warren.
And this Warren team is, again, really aggressive when it comes to rebounding and getting their hands on the ball. There is not going to be many uncontested rebounds for Lorain.
And they're coming pretty aggressively with their defensive pressure right now, and they forced the turnover. Paulo to inbound the basketball. Inbounds it to McKinney. McKinney looking to dish it off to Berceni. Berceni with the basketball. And we're going to send it back the other way. 4:54 remaining in the second period of play. The Lady Raiders on top, 16-11.
And now this is going to Warren. And Tremia Blair making a mistake there.
And a turnover going back the other way. Now Warren gets the basketball. Trying to extend their lead. Cheney with the basketball over to DePaulo, and she puts it up and in. And I wasn't sure if they counted that as a 3 or not, but they did. 19-11 in favor of Warren.
And, a mistake like that on the last possession while inbounding the ball, just not the kind of mistakes that Lorain can afford to make if they want to continue to be competitive in this game and throughout the season.
And that shot by Flores was blocked. Blocked and now going the other way. Paulo with that basketball out there on the right wing, takes it down the baseline, dishes it off. Binford with the shot attempt, but she was fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Taya Binford. Kind of a push towards the basket, but she got it to go. she gets the second one to go. Little unorthodox looking, but if it works, we'll take it.
And those two will put Warren at 50% in free throws on the day.
Warren once again ending up with the basketball, but unable to convert. Lorain coming back the other way. Kind of an awkward pass to Destiny Wilson. Turns it over and goes back the other way. 21-11. 3:45 remaining in the second quarter of play. The Lady Raiders up on top. With a 10-point lead right now. And once again, a reoccurring theme, Maya Bell going back to the free throw line.
And you know, she wasn't shooting too well earlier at these free throws, splitting most of them, but at this point, with how often her and as well as the rest of the Warren team has been sent to the line, these points are going to come back to bite Lorain.
And we're going to have a timeout, break in the action.
You know, the Lorain boys played the Warren boys last night, and Lorain winning 58-56 in a thriller to get them to 500. The Lady Titans will need a lot more offense if they want to get back in this one.
Well, the thing is, they're only 10 points down. You know, you get a couple baskets here and there, and you're right back in it. The problem is, they just don't seem to have any kind of offensive flow going right now.
And it seems like there's always a Warren player with who's in the better position, who has a hand on the ball. You know, right now a lot of things going Warren's way. Able to create defensive turnovers.
Maya Bell going back for the second of two at the free throw line. Trying to push the lead to 11. And that one rolls off and no good. And with another shot at the basket, but luckily enough for Lorain, it rolls off unsuccessful. Conabear over to Flores, and she travels with the basketball, turning it over. And once again, there it is. Lorain not able to get into any flow right now.
And part of that is to the credit of this Warren team. You know, again, playing very aggressive defense. I wouldn't be surprised if they game planned to try to just get Lorain out of any flow they could possibly get into.
Turnover coming back the other way. Tried to get the ball down low to Destiny Wilson, and once again a little bit of an awkward pass, and she couldn't handle it, went out of bounds and goes back the other way. The Lady Raiders with the basketball. 3:15 remaining in the second quarter of play. 21-11, a 10-point lead in favor of Warren. Looked like a little shuffle there by Murray, but they didn't call it, and the defensive rebound taken down by the Titans. And we're going to have a foul going the other way. Tremia Blair to inbound the basketball. Oh, Flores is going to come over and take the inbounding duties. Right back to Flores, right back to Blair. Blair between the circles. Dribbles the basketball, taking it down into the paint. Off the back of the iron, and it's going to go the other way. Once again, one shot and back the other way.
And that's been the story for Lorain in this second quarter, especially.
Yeah, that's right. If Lorain hasn't turned the ball over, they're only getting one shot.
And some of these turnovers on the Lorain end are unforced. You know, an errant pass goes over the head of a player, or they can't handle a strong pass, and those are the kinds of errors you definitely can't make, especially when you're down 10.
Bell with the basketball down low, puts it up. Didn't get fouled that time. She just missed the shot. Good defense by Lorain. Blair gets the ball across half court. Down low, right through the hands of Simmons.
And we just talked about it, those unforced turnovers. You know, a Warren player didn't make a good play, it's just a Lorain player not making a bad play there.
And Lorain, once again, didn't even get a shot off that possession. Bell puts it up towards the basket, but it's off the front of the iron. No good, and Wilson brings it back down the other way. Flores with the basketball. Now to Wilson. Wilson over off the left wing, up and no good. And that one's going to be good by Simmons. A little bit of a drought for the Lady Titans. 21-13 now, cutting into that lead, cutting it down to 8. And a turnover, taking it back the other way. Conover with the basketball. Puts up a three-pointer off the iron. Simmons with the rebound. No good. And they're going to call her with the travel and once again turn it back the other way.
Yeah, and one shot and back the other way. That's what we've been seeing from Lorain. Malaya Simmons with a chance to try to get it back up there, but makes a mental error and gives the ball back to Warren.
1:25 remaining in the second quarter of play. Shot up and over the iron, and they're going to have a jump ball, and this one should be going to Warren. And it is. So 1:20 remaining in the first half of the ball game. And they're going to send it the other way. It's going to be Lorain's basketball. So Lorain now with an opportunity once again to try and cut into that 8-point lead. 1:15 remaining. Pressure at the timeline, and Warren ends up with the basketball. And they'll turn it over. Conover with an attempt at the layup. It's up and in. (21-15) in favor of Warren. And they're going to call, they could have called like 3 different things on that, and they chose to call the foul. They could have called the foul, the jump ball, or the travel. Call the foul on Destiny Wilson, her second. .49 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
And this is now the 7th time at the line for Warren. Lorain only 1 chance at the line.
Ooh. Kinney puts up the free throw attempt and was a little off. 48 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see if Lorain plays for one.
Maya Bell there with a huge swat. Again, just extremely aggressive defense from Warren, really just trying to disrupt Lorain's offense.
Blair with a high shot. Nothing but air on that one. Coming back the other way, 28 and counting down. Followed, the ball's tipped out on top of the circle to Burcheni. Burcheni to Bell, Bell to DePaulo. DePaulo driving that left baseline, puts it up and in. (23-15). 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot is up and off the iron. Conover puts it up, but unsuccessfully. We're at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. It is 23-15 in favor of the Lady Raiders from Warren. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Back here for our second half of action at Lorain High as we get things going. Warren Lady Raiders are on top at 23-15, an 8-point lead as we get things going in the second half of play. My name is Gary Pelter. I'm here with Hyatt Herner. And Hyatt, I'm thinking that Coach Feldman had some words for the Lady Titans and maybe some guidance at halftime there as far as getting their offense squared away here in the second half of play.
Yeah, not the best game we've seen from them that first half, but fortunately only down 8. And you know, if with the right adjustments, they can come out and still be able to pull this one away.
You start out with Chelsea DePaulo putting up a 3-pointer, and Maya Bell down there gathering up that offensive rebound. DePaulo was a leading scorer in the first half with 8 points. Had a couple of threes and a basket. And in and out, a 3-point attempt out there by McKinney. Going to send that back the other way. And once again, a turnover. And Coach Feldman not very excited to see that starting things off here in the second half. Third quarter just underway, 7:27 remaining. Paulo dribbling, and she dragged that foot a little bit. And they're going to turn it over, sending it back. Both teams starting off this second half a little on the shaky side.
And a lot of it has just been more of the same of what we saw in the first. You know, Warren had the lead, but didn't play exceptionally well.
Nice job there getting the basketball to Malaya Simmons. She puts up 2, cuts into that lead. 23-16. They got that ball down to her in the low block there, and she had a little bit of trouble handling that pass, but she got it up before the defender was on her and got an easy layup. Though I don't know if you could truly say any layup has been easy this afternoon.
No, at every point and every ball has been highly contested on both sides, but Warren's aggressiveness has really stood out, especially defensively.
Turnover, taking the ball back the other way, an errant pass by the Lady Raiders. Flores to Blair, the ball knocked away. Blair slow getting up on the other end of the floor. Destiny Wilson ends up with the basketball. Conabear pushing it, taking it down to the baseline, puts up a little bit of an awkward shot there. McKinney had the ball momentarily, but it's knocked back in favor of the Titans. Coming into the ball game for Warren, Trina Murray. She'll come in for McKinney. Blair to Conabear. Conabear over on that left wing, puts up a 3. No good. Simmons ends up with the rebound. Back out to Conabear. Conabear gets fouled. She puts up the shot. I think she's going to have 3 free throws there. Yes, indeed.
And that rebound there and that offensive possession in general for Lorain, something that maybe in the first half would have gone the other way. You know, Warren was getting a lot of rebounds, getting a lot of hands on balls, and maybe showing a change for Lorain, able to contest those better.
Conabear's put up 2 of them. Both of them were unsuccessful. She's going to get a third. See if she can at least get one of them to go down. And she does. 1 of 3 on that time to the line. 23-18. And the Titans steal the ball. Simmons comes up with it. Wilson brings it across the timeline. Back to Wilson after Flores had it momentarily. Blair drives to lane, puts it up off the iron, and no good. Taking it back the other way for the layup is Bercheni. (25-18) with 5:28 remaining in the third quarter of play. And they're going to have another turnover. Wow, we have the turnover.
And
the official is tying his shoe. We wouldn't want him to trip and fall down there.
These turnovers are what's been haunting Lorain this whole game. You know, sometimes it'll be a Warren player making a good play, but a lot of the time it'll be an uncontested turnover where a pass just goes out of bounds or a player can't handle a ball. And those are the errors that lead you to losses.
Once again, the ball down low to Maya Bell. She puts up the shot. It doesn't go, but she's going to make her trip to the free throw line, the first one in this second half of play. She made 5 trips to the charity stripe earlier. And she's unsuccessful with her first free throw. She'll have a second. And she gets that one to count. 26-18. Once again, back out to an 8-point lead. Simmons with the shot down low on the low block. It didn't fall, but it was knocked out of bounds off the hands of a Warren Lady Raider, and it's going to be Lorain basketball.
But for Lorain, that's an opportunity you just have to capitalize on. Simmons all alone for the layup. Just can't quite get it to go. Fortunate to get the ball back, but they would have preferred the points.
Round the ball to Wilson. Wilson out to Conover. Conover back and forth to Craighead. Craighead in the ball game right now. And Flores puts up the shot. No good. Rebound goes to Warren. Bell from the free throw line puts it up. No good, gets her own rebound, and once again, she's going to go back to the free throw line after getting her offensive rebound. And Bell misses the first.
She's been splitting these almost all game. I wouldn't be surprised to see her sink this one.
And she doesn't. It'll go back the other way. Conover puts it up. Simmons once again down low in the paint. Off the iron, no good, and it's going to be Bell with the rebound, but she was forced down there low, and it was tipped by the Titans. So it's going to be Warren basketball. Paulo dribbling the ball. Pressure by Craighead. They move the ball down over to Bercini. To Bell. Bell puts it up. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up again. No good. Warren with the basketball once again. That was Stevens putting up the shot. She's going to be fouled and go to the free throw line.
And the most surprising thing to come of that possession is that it wasn't Bell who was fouled. This time Stevens will take a shot at the line.
Destiny Wilson picking up her 3rd foul. And Simmons comes out of the ball game. Leah Anderson coming in. Stevens misses her second. Score remains 26-18, an 8-point advantage for Warren.
And we've been saying this all game, but Lorain is still in this one, despite all the mistakes they've made. Defensively, better, much better than offensively. They've been able to hold this lead to 8.
Nice defensive play right there by Flores. We had ball knocked down. It's going to be I don't think she got called for the foul there. I thought she just knocked the ball out of bounds, but no, they're going to call the foul. Buccini at the line. She puts her free throw up and in. Pushes the lead out to 9 with 1 free throw remaining here. Second one up and no good. They had a shot at that offensive rebound stick back, but that didn't go. You can look at it the other way as well, Hyatt. The Lady Raiders have had their opportunities as well to push the lead out, and they just haven't been able to do it.
And a lot of that has been missing free throw shots. Lorain has been giving them a lot of fouls in the paint, especially on Bell and those other bigger girls. And Warren just hasn't been able to completely capitalize.
Annabear puts up the 3 from the left baseline, and it goes. That's going to do a lot to cut into that lead. 27-21 in favor of Warren right now.
And Warren had a chance to extend that lead to 10, now all the way down to 6 with just 1 shot. It shows how fragile the lead they built really is, of course. There.
Buccini puts it up, and she gets 3 points to go back the other way, and it's 30-21 in favor of Warren. Annabear puts up another 3-pointer. She answers the other way. I'll tell you what, they've heated up a little bit.
Yeah, she was missing those shots earlier in the game. But if Lorain can get Conover and their 3-point game going, this lead will disappear quickly.
And with the score, 30-24 in favor of the Warren Lady Raiders over the Lorain Lady Titans. 2:32 remaining in this third quarter of play. You got a timeout.
You know, again, just moments ago, Warren at the free throw line gets the first one, gets the lead to 9, about to have a chance to go up double digits for the first time. Can't capitalize. All of a sudden, Lorain's back in this one, only down 6.
Yeah, Lorain has just been, they've been hanging around, and both teams are really only getting, well, I shouldn't say that. Warren has got their fair share of second shots down there. Maya Bell's getting some rebounds and putting them back up, but they haven't been very successful at their stick back opportunities. Lorain, on the other hand, is getting pretty much 1 shot, but as of late here in the third quarter of play, they've been making them count for 3 at a time the last couple times down the floor. Gretchen Conover with 2 3-pointers. She has 7 points here in the third quarter of play. She has a total of 10 overall to lead the Lady Titans.
Yeah, don't be mistaken. Lorain's still only getting 1 shot. The difference now is they're making that 1 shot, and they're making a big dent in this Warren lead.
Cheney with the basketball, dribbling out between the circles. Oh, that was a little bit high, but she corralled it before she carried it. Stevens had time with the basketball down low on the block. She's going to go back to the line once again. She just missed a pair of free throws a couple of minutes ago. She gets that one to roll around and in though. 31-24 right now. Rolled around and off. Lorain with the basketball. Flores brings it across the timeline. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Warren. Lorain will retain possession of the basketball. Tremia Blair to inbound it. Conover puts it up. That one fell off the rim. Wilson gets the offensive rebound to go back, though. Puts that one down. Only her 4th point of the evening. 31-26 in favor of Warren. Right now, Lorain gets a turnover. It looked like they had the turnover, but Destiny Wilson had her foot on the sidelines, and it's going to go back to Warren. The Titans have been picking up the pace defensively here in this third quarter of play.
Yeah, much more aggressive, a lot of chances for turnovers. Even if they can't capitalize, just getting the ball out of Warren's hands can be helpful.
That time, Wilson stole the basketball and got fouled. Jamia Blair to bring it across the timeline this time. And Conover play catch. Bounces over on the other side to Flores. Flores back to Blair. Blair between the circles. Kicks it down to Wilson. Wilson back out to Flores. Flores puts it up for three.
Just like that, it's a 2-point game again.
Thanks to 3 3-pointers by the Lorain Lady Titans here in the third quarter play. .50 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Pass down low, tipped around, tipped out of bounds. They're going to say that it's going to remain in favor of Warren. 46 seconds to go in this third quarter. Stevens with the basketball, back over. It goes back to Stevens, and she travels with the basketball. Nice defensive play.
And Lorain with a chance to tie it up here. A very different story than earlier in this quarter.
Here comes Flores with the basketball. To Blair, back to Flores. Tries to get it down. It's intercepted by Bell. Bell's got the basketball. She really doesn't want to dribble with it, though. They get it to Bertini. She's a ball handler. Now Bell forces it up. Doesn't go. And we've got a foul going over the back. Bell, after putting up that shot, went over the back of a Titan. Not sure which one they called it that she went over the back of, but doesn't matter. It's going back the other way. 11 seconds to go. 6 seconds.
Lorain's fine with taking the last shot.
Yeah, and they Coach Feldman inadvertently threw his pen, I think, out there on the floor by accident. Lost it when Conover lost the basketball. So was that officially the end of the quarter?
I believe so. The clock reset at 8.
There was a very, very unceremonious end of the quarter there. At the end of the quarter, we've got the Lady Raiders from Warren 31, the Lady Titans from Lorain at 29, a 2-point differential. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Can you tell?
Can you tell?
Does it look like I'm fighting a disease?
Fighting.
Fighting.
Fighting for my life.
Like my life expectancy is shorter than yours?
There's no outward sign.
But we're battling every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Worrying, testing,
Treating.
Fighting. Diabetes.
Diabetes has been called a silent epidemic. It's time to call it out for what it is. This is Brett Michaels. Join us. Choose to share, act, learn, and give. Help us stop diabetes.
Back out here getting the fourth quarter of action underway. The Lady Titans have cut it down to 2. They were unable to tie it in this position, but they're right back in this ball game, Hyde.
Yeah, Lorain outscored Warren 12-8 that last quarter. And you know, if they can keep that kind of offense production up, they have a great chance to win this one.
And there they go. A basket by Tremia Blair ties the ball game at 31. Her first basket of the ball game, but it's a big one. 7:10 remaining in the fourth period of play.
And now that it's all tied up, you look back on the game and see all the missed opportunities that Warren had, a chance to build this lead further.
And a couple of shots there by DePaulo, and neither one of those were successful, and Lorain brings the ball back the other way with an opportunity to take the lead. They had the lead to open the ball game at 3-0, and they haven't had the lead since. Well, I take that back. They had it once at 6-4. Then it went downhill after that.
And the important thing is they always stayed in it. They never stopped fighting, and now, the resilience has paid off, and they're right back tied in this one.
Aya Bell with the basketball out front. Ricchini out on that right wing to Murray. Murray to Bell. Bell in the paint, but she got pushed.
At one point in this game, Lorain was down 10, 21-11, I believe was the score. Since that point, they've outscored Warren 20-10. So they've been trending upward, the better team as of late. We'll just see if they dug themselves too deep of a hole.
We've got a timeout in the action here. 31-31. All tied up. Lorain has got themselves, like you said, back in this ball game. They were down by 10, but it never got worse than 10.
And Warren had a lot of opportunities to make it worse than 10. At one point, they were up 9 again with some free throws with the ball and couldn't quite get those shots to go in. Gave Lorain a couple opportunities, and they had 3 big threes in the third quarter for Lorain that helped them get back into this one.
Yeah, Lorain in that third quarter of play, they had 2 threes by Conaberry and a 3 by Flores. And that got them right back in the ballgame very quickly. Warren with the basketball. And we got a kick by Lorain. It's going to remain Warren's basketball. Once again, it's a tie ball game, 31-31. Aya Bell takes it into the paint. She packed her bags and traveled a little bit with that one.
And that's been a reoccurring problem for Warren throughout this one, and a bit Lorain, but Warren's had a lot of chances in which traveling has taken them out of a chance to extend their lead.
Jermia Blair looked like she had an opportunity to get the lead back for the Titans, but the layup didn't go down. Ball's going to go, I'm not sure where it's going to go. We've got a 30-second timeout out on the floor right now. I think that was Lorain that called that timeout, if I'm not mistaken. Lorain right back in this ballgame, right where they wanted to be. They had an opportunity that possession to tie the ball game up, but they didn't get to tie it up. But
and they've been playing much better in terms of not giving up as many turnovers in this second half. The first half, a lot of the time, Warren would either get a hand on the ball or just a pass would go out of bounds for Lorain.
And a turnover. Going to go back the Titans' way. Apollo caught that inbounds pass, but when she caught it, she landed with 1 foot out of bounds.
And those were the kinds of mistakes Lorain was making earlier. Now Warren in a bit of a funk.
And Lorain turns the basketball over once again. Ricchini with the basketball. And we're going to have a jump ball. Good defense by Conaberry there, getting in there, getting her hands on the ball. .540 remaining in the fourth quarter of play. All tied up at 31. Oh, Aya Bell sneaks loose for an easy basket. And Aya Bell comes up with the turnover the other way. 33-31 right now. The Lady Raiders in front. And we're going to send Maya Bell back to the free throw line. Makes the first. She hasn't done any better than split a pair this afternoon. She's had many attempts at the free throw line, but hasn't been super successful at the line.
And this might be the most important shot here.
It's off the iron, but rebound. Rebounded by the Raiders, but they gave it back over to the Titans. Titans get it back. Going back the other way. Conabear over on that left baseline. Once again, turnover and turnover back the other way. Coach Feldman wants him to run that offense. Wants a little movement. Blair puts up the shot, but that was unsuccessful, and now it's going to go back the other way, and another turnover. It's been a festival of turnovers here in the fourth quarter of play.
Whichever team can kind of get in a groove and get things going offensively might be able to take over this fourth quarter and ultimately win the game.
I don't think we've had a situation where we've had more than 3 passes without a turnover here.
And part of that is we have two teams that are better defensively than they are offensively. But at the same time, a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of errors from both teams.
Blair with the basketball, taking it, driving down the lane, but doesn't go. Conabear with the rebound, puts it up, but she's going to be fouled. Apollo with the foul. That's her third foul on the afternoon. (34-31) in favor of the visiting Warren Lady Raiders. Conabear puts up the free throw. Bounces off the rim unsuccessfully. She is 2 of 6 on the afternoon so far, 3 of 7. Splits the pair. Gets it down to a 2-point ball game. 34-32 in favor of Warren. Urchini bringing the ball up. Dribble, she has Conabear on her. Ball tipped away momentarily, but back to Bercini. And Bell out front dribbling the ball between the circles. Apollo with the basketball. Ball tipped away and going to be tipped out of bounds by Lorain. It'll remain Warren's basketball. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
This is a big possession for Warren. Just 2 points will push it to a 2-possession game.
Shot is up and off the iron, no good, but an offensive rebound and a travel. So Murray got the offensive rebound, but she took a couple extra steps there and give it back to Lorain. Defensive pressure in the backcourt. They want to clear it out and let Flores bring it up herself. She gets it across the timeline, but now she's in a corner. Coach Feldman will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
And Warren bringing a lot of pressure there. Trying to force the turnovers that were coming a bit easier earlier for them. Now things have evened out, and evened out in a way where both teams are having that many turnovers.
several times they've trapped the Titans into turning the ball over and or calling a timeout. Right now, the Warren Lady Raiders still holding on to that 2-point lead. The Titans have got as close as tying the ball game, but they haven't been able to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. They've had a couple of opportunities with it tied, but shots were missed and it went back the other way. Warren got the ball back.
And this one could have easily been not. This one could have not even gotten to this point. Lorain fought back to tie this one. They were down by 10, so a bit fortunate just to be at this point.
And we're going to have Lorain inbounding the basketball. Flores the inbound. And she got it to Blair, but it wasn't uncontested, that's for sure. Pacini, and now Stevens ends up with the steal. Take it back the other way. Jump ball called. And it's going to be white basketball. That would be Lorain.
And again, mistakes on both ends. Warren gets the turnover. Looks like they have a chance to get an easy 2, but ultimately the jump ball, Lorain comes away with it.
Wilson puts it up, no good. Once again, the ball going back the other way. Tipped by Blair at midcourt, but tipped out of bounds, and it's going to remain Warren basketball. Once again, Warren has the basketball and a 2-point lead with 3:23 remaining. Stevens sitting down, Murray coming in for Warren. McKinney with the basketball, gets it down to Bell. Bell down low, puts it up, no good. Rebound Warren, and it's going to be back to the Titans going the other way. Wilson with the layup, and they're going to call the block.
So a chance here.
Once again, 34-32 in favor of Warren. Huge free throw there made by Destiny Wilson. She's got one more. She cuts the lead to 1. An opportunity here to tie it with 3:05 remaining in the ball game. Another big free throw goes down. Tie ball game. We're tied at 34 with 3:05 remaining. Pressure all the way up the floor. Maya Bell dribbling the basketball. Stevens with it now. DePaulo over on that right wing. Shot up. And Murray put it up, but it didn't go. And once again, we've got some physicality underneath the basket. We're going to put Stevens back at the free throw line. And there's a big blow to the Lady Titans. Destiny Wilson picks up her 5th foul. And she is done for this afternoon.
And that's a big loss. You know, so many of the times we've seen Destiny Wilson right under the basket in the paint, either corralling a rebound or putting a ball up for another chance. You know, a big loss for the Lady Titans, but that's what happens.
Coming into the basketball game, number 20, Melina Nieto. She has a 3-pointer earlier in the ball game. Only Stevens gets the pair. Pushes it back out to 2. Flores lost the basketball, but went to Stoika, and then Stoika traveled.
And this is where Warren has struggled offensively. They've been able to get and hold on to 2-point leads, but extending the leads is where they've had issues.
And they had a wide open shot at the basket, a couple of them right there, and they were unable to score. But Lorain couldn't get the rebound, and now they do. Stoika gets it across the timeline. It looked like we had a travel by Nieto there, but they didn't call it. Coach Feldman is going to call the timeout. Down by 2, having the basketball, 36-34. There's not going to be too many more of these opportunities with time running down. They want to make sure that they make the most of this one, try and get a basket here and tie it up.
And Warren not able to make the most of their opportunities, having a wide open shot and an attempt to extend this lead, and that's where their offense has failed so far in this one. They've had the leads, they've had the 2-point and 3-point leads, unable to extend upon those even when given great opportunities, and that's part of why Lorain's still able to be close in this.
Yeah, they had an opportunity right there with a wide open shot at the basket, missed the shot, then got an offensive rebound, missed that shot, and it ended up being Lorain basketball. Fortunately for Lorain, instead of being down by 4, they're still only down by 2 and have the ball with an opportunity to tie it up once again. There is 2:10 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Once again, Warren up by 2. And Lorain gets the ball inbounds. And there's pressure all over the floor. They've tried to turn it over a couple times, but they got a shot off there by Blair. But defensive rebound by Bell. Bell with the ball to Stevens. Stevens gets it over to Bercini. Bercini across the timeline over to Bell. DiPaolo putting up the 3-point shot. Bell down there scooping up that rebound, and she's going to go to that free throw line once again. Bell dribbles, looks at the rim, off the front of the iron. Big shot here. She could push the lead to 3. And she does.
But the important thing for Lorain, still just 1 shot away. They've made 3s in the past.
.133 remaining in the ball game. It's a 3-point lead for the visiting Lady Raiders from Warren. Now Conover at the free throw line. First one falls off. Simmons back into the basketball game for Nieto. Big free throw here. No good. And Conover ties her up. Ties up Stevens, who got the rebound. And it's going to remain Warren basketball. That means Lorain gets the next jump ball situation.
And a good job by Conover to kind of burn that jump ball for Warren, creating a situation in which they have to use the jump ball, but Warren able to extend their lead even further there.
That was a big basket by Murray there now. Pushes it out 39-34, 5-point lead, 1:13 remaining in the ball game. Lorain needs a basket. And Coach Feldman calls timeout. Once again, time winding down. Lorain now down by 5, 39-34. They need a basket here, get it down to one possession game. Whether it's a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer, no matter what, they've got to get it down to that one possession game.
And Coach Feldman isn't happy about this turn of events, and you can see it, but he's still trying to keep his team focused, draw up a play, and pull them within one possession. You know, as you said, it doesn't matter 2 or 3, just to cut this to one possession and put your team in an opportunity to have that final shot to win or tie.
Because there's a good chance that you're going to get that basketball back, because Warren has been very prone to turn the basketball over as well. And even on that last possession, they came down and they put up a three-point attempt with they were down by, or up by 2 points, and I was thinking that might not have been the best choice over there. Coach Caputo might have said, nah, I don't know if we wanted a 3-pointer at that particular juncture of the ball game, but they got bailed out. We got the offensive rebound, but nonetheless, my point being that they are prone to turn the ball back over to the Titans if the Titans can get a basket here. 1:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the ball is almost stolen away. Jamia Blair with the basketball out near the timeline, dribbles down over to Stoika. Stoika down to Rivera, puts it up. Nieto puts it up and no good. And they're going to have another jump ball situation. Once again, Conover ties up the ball, and this time it's going to go to Lorain. 48.7 remaining in the ball game, and once again Lorain with the basketball. Conover over to Stoika. Stoika drives the basket, puts it up, no good. And once again, it looked like Lorain was going to be able to get that basketball. Blair got her hand on it, but it got tipped out of bounds.
Blair's slow to get up.
She got dinged up a little bit diving for that basketball. Oh, and they gave it to Lorain. So it must have went off Warren on that tip. Flores taking it down. Stoika puts up the 2 off the iron, no good. It's going to go back the other way, and a quick foul with 22.6 seconds remaining. And Warren with a 5-point lead at 39-34. Bercini with 2 free throws.
And if she can make both of these, really kind of putting this one away for Warren, that'd move it to a 3-possession game.
And she makes the first. Right now it's a 6-point lead. Though they didn't change it on the scoreboard. I don't know why. Bear puts the ball up off the backboard, no good. Blair with the basket. Now they have the scoreboard says 39-36. Did they wave that free throw off that went through?
Honestly, I have no real idea.
Because Bercini put the first one through the hoop, but they never put it up on the scoreboard.
My guess is that has to be a mistake.
Well, she put the first one up that time and they put it on the board. 40-36, a 4-point lead with 5 seconds to go. In and out. And the clock's going to wind down on the Lady Titans. 40-36, the final in the ball game. It was the Warren Lady Raiders taking control throughout the course of the ball game, and the Titans tied it up, but could never regain control. We're going to take a break and come back and wrap it up right after this.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Back out here at Lorain High, we're going to wrap things up. It was an unfortunate afternoon for the Lady Titans. They fought valiantly today, but they just could not get enough over the hump to get the W this afternoon. They fall 40-36 to the Lady Raiders from Warren. And Hyatt's going to take a look at the final scoring for both teams. Hyatt, what do you got for us over there?
Well, on Lorain's side, coming up just short with 36 total, Gretchen Conabear with 11, Angelique Flores with 6, Melina Nieto with 3, Destiny Wilson with 6, Tremia Blair with 4, and Malaya Simmons for 6, again totaling to 36. And on the Warren side, 40 overall, Guerrera Burcheni with 7, Emily Stevens with 5, Taya Binford with 2, Chelsea DePaulo with 8, Maya Bell with 10, and Detria Murray with 8, totaling to 40. Lorain coming up just short.
It was quarters for Lorain of 9, 6, 14, and 7, and it just wasn't enough. They were down by as many as 10 at one point in the ballgame. They fought back to tie it. Had it tied a couple times, but just could not get over the hump. And what it just came down to at the end was a couple of more baskets there by Warren, and they managed to pull away, pushing their record to 3-9, while Lorain falls to 4-8 on the season so far. And Lorain's losing streak continues. They had an opportunity to get back and take the lead, and they just could never do it. And Warren just had a little bit more this afternoon. Right?
Yeah, they dug a big hole in the first half, looked better, and were trending upward in the second, but when you go down by 10 that early, it's tough to get back in these games sometimes, especially when your offense isn't producing.
They had a couple of opportunities, like we said, and Destiny Wilson fouled out of the ball game, albeit it was late in the ball game. But at that point, Lorain just could not get over the hump, and once the lead got out to a 2-possession lead, they just never really got back in it that last couple minutes of the ball game.
And a lot of mistakes on both sides. You know, Lorain didn't play their best game. Probably wouldn't have been in it if they weren't playing a 2-9 team. But the second half showed some promise, a little bit better on offense. They overall outscored Warren in the second half. So a little bit of hope late in the game, just too many mistakes early on and couldn't quite pull out the W.
Too many mistakes for the Lady Titans, and once again, they fall this afternoon 40-36 to the Lady Raiders from Warren. That's going to wrap it up from out here at Lorain High. For Hyatt Hernan and myself, Gary Pelter, thank you very much, and have a good afternoon, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.